Hey guys, and welcome back to another round of Chris Sawyer's Locomotion. Last time we did this Desert Beryllium here, so we're going to play another easy one. You can see all these have really low months. That one's 5 years 9. This is the highest at 8 years 8 months, so that's what we're going to do. Oil Oasis. Let's get started here. Pick our character. You can see we need to deliver 50,000 tons of oil by the end of 1939. So we have about 10 years to deliver 50,000 tons. So there's one oil refinery there. Here's another, let's see, oil refinery there, a couple oil fields. There's a refinery and an oil field real close together there. Another oil refinery. And two oil fields there with a refinery there. I think that currently looks like our best bet. There's a couple even over that way, so we could go from both directions there. And of course, the further you transport, the more money you get. Let's see how much oil this one. 240, not bad. And this one is 330. Okay, so that's the one we're going to want to go to as opposed to the other one. So let's go ahead and lay down some track here. Now, because the goal of this is to get 50,000 tons transported of oil, it doesn't really serve us to worry about any other resource at all. So I'm not going to be worried about moving passengers along. I'm not going to be worried about trying to grow a city to deliver these manufactured goods. I'm not worried about my performance index because it doesn't matter. All I need to worry about is delivering 50,000 tons of oil. So we're going to definitely specialize in just delivering oil. And what I remember from the last time I played this is that it's actually kind of difficult to get this one done because oil itself is not the highest paying resource. You don't get a ton from delivering oil. So that's why we're making sure that we go really far away to start to be able to get the extra money for delivering a further distance as opposed to something real close. And then because it's 50,000, we definitely need to be doing this with all trains instead of trucks or anything because trucks I think only deliver 5. After that they get a little bigger, like 8 and then 10 or 12 or something. So we are going to be going trains, we're going to be going a far distance. And just like that there at the bottom, we're going to be hoping that we can get our oil fields to upgrade themselves. We want to see if we can take enough oil away from them for them to have production go up. And so what we'll do there is try to get 2 stations at each of them. I'm going to go ahead and put a direction on this because I think with having 2 oil wells so close to each other here, we'll probably end up tying in this other oil well and putting them on the same track. So I want to make sure that they're going back to and from the correct oil wells. And yeah, like I said, all of these new coal mines under construction don't matter at all. We're only worried about oil. I'm going to make this a roll-on, roll-off for each station. I really like this giant flat piece of land here. It looks great. So we will put this going this way, go down, and loop it around the backside here. So that way we can have some trains go straight from the station to the next station, not having to go back and forth. And definitely not making the fastest ways between the two of these. I'm kind of going around and about because I'm really nervous about our budget here. Getting 50,000 tons transported is a lot, actually. So we're going to need to really be able to constantly, continually build more trains, build more track, go to new oil fields, open up new stations. So instead of going the straightest line back and forth, which would require us to move a lot of land, which cost a lot, or go up and down, which as you can tell I chose the special because the special is so much cheaper per month. It's so much cheaper to start, and I'm not doing super long trains at this point. So the special, as long as these tracks are flat, can really get everything done that we needed. So I'm gonna go ahead and put in, we have our roll on, roll off. We're telling them which directions they need to go. Now we're gonna go through and we'll put each of these facing each way so they can, once I put in some other trains, they'll have their little segments they go through. And then I will just go ahead and try to put as many trains as I can on this line because I want to try to max out as much as I can this oil field. I want to see if maybe I can get it to start producing more so I can put more trains on it and deliver more goods from it. But one train right now definitely ain't enough, and I can see I got 76 grand left, so I have plenty of cash to build some more trains. So I think I'll probably be able to put maybe 5 or so more trains on here, and then I will meet you and we'll talk about what we'll do next. Alright, so as you can see, I have added a second station. I've added a ton of trains. I still only have one station at the other end. It always seems like the trains get backed up loading as opposed to unloading. So I put in 2 stations there, and now let's look at if there is another place we can go. So we have this oil field here, which is producing 171, not a ton, right next to that refinery. You can see we already have some competitors trains, but nobody's coming up near me. We got this one way over here, only 196. And this one over here, 336. That's a ton. That's awesome. And then we have this one for 196 also. We're going to definitely want to go one way or the other. Let's see how much cash we can get. 44 grand. So we don't have a ton. Let's see if we can get to that other station from this side. We'll go ahead and put in our track here. Like I said, we're trying to keep it where we're on mostly flat ground. And we'll put one in over here. This is a pretty good distance. So these ones should earn us quite a bit every time that train goes and drops off its resources. We'll go up one here, go around that probably next. They look to be relatively in a straight line, so I don't need to worry a whole lot about making sure I go left or right. We'll go down 2. And then one thing to think about too as we're going up and down is that we can have one line be at one level and the other line be at the next, like the to and the from lines. And then we can choose to send them based on whether they're loaded or empty. If one of the lines, they have to go up more than they go down, you're going to want to send that with the empties as opposed to the fulls. Or if they have to go up to get into the station, the end station, and then they can go down to exit it, you want to flip that around. You want them going down to get into the station and then up whenever they leave, because they'll be empty, less weight, and be able to go faster. But here, I'm not too worried about it. It looks like we're basically on the same level. I just need to go down 2 more here. They were at almost the same level to start. And then we got into this flat area here. So we'll swing this around. And I think that's going to connect it. I should go from this way just to confirm. It's easier to connect on this diagonal, I feel like. That, I don't know, I think that was short. No, that's long. Okay, so now we're connected up. We'll put in our station here. This looks like a pretty long one. This is going to be a good one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll add 1 off the back here. I didn't mean to delete that one. We'll add 1 off the back here to make 7. And then we will... It's looking good over here. No problems with these trains. We only got 10 grand, so that we don't have enough to build a train right now. We are waiting, but I think it's because someone broke down probably. We'll come to this end. Let's see if we can take out any more loan so we can build a train. Only 2 grand. Now we're at 14 grand. Let's build the train first, because you don't want to put the station down and then it not load and it loses all the percentage points, and then the oil doesn't come in fast enough, blah 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 blah. So we'll buy this train. I'll wait till I'm at like nearly 25. Put 5 oil on it, plop it down, and then we will start building our station. And then we'll let it go. We'll put a thing on it. I'm also going to go ahead, I'll make it a double way. Put more trains as much as I can, blah blah blah. You know the drill. Alright, we have went through 530 tons, got a ton of oil waiting there, but we went through, we added the second set, we got 230 there, so that's good. But we added a second line, we added in some more trains, but as you can see, we just got a ton of oil waiting there. It's a really long line, which is awesome, but we really need to make this a roll-on, roll-off, because we're wasting, not wasting, but losing a lot of time as we wait for these trains to load and then leave. As you can see, we have a train waiting there, and we can just add in so many more trains if we were to be able to just roll on, roll off. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this in. We'll do a little out there, go down one there, and then connect it up. We need to put in our lights, of course. One going into the station, one leaving the station, one after it gets out a little ways. And another one right before it goes up the hill. We'll delete this so that they can't come back out. And honestly, I don't really like this little S curve there, so I think what I'll do, I just really don't like that. That's inconvenient. It'll really slow them down. So what I think I'll do instead is put back what I just deleted and connect it straight into the turn. I don't know why I didn't do that in the first. I don't think I could because the semaphore was there, the color light. And for some reason, whenever you make edits like this, they get stopped at the light the next time, and it takes them forever to realize that they can go. So we'll wait for this guy to get off this one, and then we will delete it, so he doesn't have to make that turn. They can just have one smooth curve right into the track. So that's great, he's going. You can see this next one's coming. But there's almost none others on the return. One other on the return. So we need some more trains, and this will help us get some more on the track. But what we probably, let's see, what do we want to do next? What do we want to do next? We got them waiting there. They're always waiting, so I'm going to go ahead and put in a second station. One, this will help increase our production, and then 2, we will have less trains waiting. We can add in more trains, blah, blah, blah. Let's go ahead and connect this one up. I've learned to always put in our lights before we put in our station, or else you'll have a train go to the station, and then the next guy has to like wait and wait and wait because he has no lights to tell him to go. Let's go ahead and put in a couple more trains. I think we could probably get like, I don't know, 4 more going here. So we got 1 here, flip them around, express, and the express, like I said last time, if we put more oil wells on the same track, you have to click express, or else they'll end up going to another oil well, but they just won't stop to fill up there, and that's just even worse because then your train's running for more and more time, not making any profit, but costing you money for your monthly cost. And he's just going to the wrong spots, which is inconvenient. Let's speed it up just a little bit until we get to, I don't know, 25 grand-ish, since this costs 13 now. 2, 3, 4, 5. This is our second one we're putting on since we added this. I just kind of wait to put them into spots where it doesn't look like there's a train yet. Like that big gap there would have been a good spot to have one. I wish I would have had enough money to put one in. Again, we're waiting until we get to about 25. We're also almost at 20% performance index, which doesn't matter, but nice to be at. Means we're doing well. I believe I'm the top performing company currently. And we'll let them go. We'll just put in 3. looks good. Do we have anybody waiting? I guess he was waiting, and we have one waiting behind him. So we will go ahead and make this a roll-on, roll-off station. I don't really like that. I'll go ahead and adjust this land. I always want to have one extra piece of track at the end of the stations because that's where you need to put your light. And then we'll just loop this around right. Oop, ran out of money. We are actually doing really well this scenario at our money. I feel like pretty consistently we're able to get a train unloaded for what we need. We have to speed it up a little bit when we want to buy new trains, but to build track just like that, we didn't have to speed it up or wait really long to be able to afford it. So we'll put in our lights. We will delete this direction because nobody's going to be going back this way anymore. And now it is roll on, roll off. We should be able to have less trains waiting. We'll go ahead and put in a second one here, even though honestly I don't think it probably needs it with this roll on, roll off. But we'll put it in anyway. It will speed it up. It will make it more efficient. Don't know if I'll get it in time to have this guy though. Let's find out. See, yeah, no, because we have two there now, he's just going to go to that one and wait for him instead of coming to that, which is fine. And there's one guy behind him. This guy we'll speed him up a little, see what happens. Yeah, and look like that. Just running like a well-greased machine. Engineer to traffic manager. Sweet. Let it speed up a little bit. Get a little cash here. You know, I noticed one thing when I clicked on the trains on accident earlier. Yeah, my reliability is horrible. So let me take some time here and I'll update some of these trains because I think a new one's 75%. There you go, guys. Give you a little bit of an overview. Upgraded all the trains. This one has had production increase even though nobody has been delivering anything from it because it used to be like 160 and now it's 210. So I think now is a good time to start adding him into our system here. So I'm gonna just connect him straight into the track that already exists. No need to make a whole nother way down and back. We can just honestly just push them off right off there. The rest of the way they're going to the next one, and we can put in a couple trains that just end their journey a little early and come in here. I do wonder how much traffic. I don't think there'll be a ton on the way back, but I wonder how much traffic it might be on the way there. These kind of junctions and things typically do slow down trains, but we'll see. We'll put in a train here and find out what's going on and just see how it affects it. I think we could probably get 210 with one of these. I'm thinking we could probably get 3, maybe 4 trains on this. And I'm hoping that's not going to cause a problem. I'm just waiting until I get to like 25 grand. And you can see I'm not even hitting the fast forward button because we're at the point that our trains are going in and going out pretty consistently, bringing in a good amount of profit each time. It's like 2 or 3 grand depending on which oil well it came from, which is awesome. But we are still, I mean, I'm still nervous if we'll get this one faster than 8 years, 8 months like my previous record. Because this one's tough. This one's tough. We're at 24. We'll see if that's enough. No, don't need livestock. 2, 3. Okay. Put him down. Again, we gotta put a route on him. Wait for a full load of oil. Go there. Come back. Honestly, the full load of oil doesn't really matter. But anytime I put routes on them, I just feel the need to mark that. Like, if you're going to be here, you should wait for a full load of oil. But most of these oil wells still have 200 something waiting at each one. So it wouldn't really matter. But there we go. We put one. He's already made a strip all the way down and back. We'll buy another one here once he gets out. We will put him here. Copy the route over. And that's what I'm talking about right there. 185. So actually, 2 might be enough. I think 3 would probably be the best. And you can see he has to wait. That one was waiting at that color light there. So I don't know, it just kind of really, it's a really slow junction there, and I don't like that. But it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of backup over here, so that's good to see. So what I think what I'm gonna do is we'll put in a whole extra route, going in the same direction, from that oil well. All right, as you can see here, put in a second line that goes from that oil well. So we have the original one, and then we have a second one that goes right on back to this one. And of course I put in a second row to load out, and it's still got a lot waiting. So what I'm gonna do here is put in a second station. So this will be the first oil well we put in a second station. And the reason we do this is because you can only deliver about, I think it's 2/3, like 68% of the monthly resources of a particular, what do they call these? Particular industry. And the only way to up that is by having more than one station going to it. So more than one station can be more than one from myself, like putting in a second one here, or it can be me and a competitor. So because luckily none of the competitors have opened up any kind of shop near me, which I'm very grateful for. I hate having to work around them. I especially dislike, I don't know if we've encountered it. I think we may have in the last episode, but when you do this, the competitors, for some reason, the computer will be like, oh no, they're about to build here. Even though I was about to build there, and I have a track on one end and a track on the other, and that's where I was going to build, but it doesn't say no for me. So I hate having to compete with competitors. New vehicle, Pacific. We'll probably not do that just because, one, it's going to be expensive, and two, whenever new trains come, or new vehicles or whatever, their reliability is always super low. It's ridiculous. It's got way more power, way faster, but its reliability starts at like 60%. It's breaking down every, 6 out of 10 times. So every 3 out of 5 trips the thing breaks down. We'll go ahead, put in a train, put in a route. We want him to come to this other one. One of the things we're going to have to watch, I'm not too worried about it right now because, like I said, all of our things here, you can see, just have a ton of them waiting. I mean, this one doesn't because I literally just put it down and then immediately put down the train, so I didn't give it enough time to build up. But our other ones have 200 or 300 tons of oil waiting. So we'll have to be careful now that we're taking from 2 stations that the other station doesn't get so low that we have trains just backed up waiting to get full, because we did click wait until full. I don't think it'll be a big deal, but we will, since we're putting in 2 now, definitely need to pay attention to see if a news article comes across saying that production's down. But here we go. We got a lot of them waiting there. He's waiting because he's interesting. But there's not 2 waiting, so that's fine. But yeah, we're like 5 trains backed up here. I need another one. I've only put 1 on, so I definitely need another one. We'll put him down. We'll copy our route. Perfect. We got nobody waiting back. That's good. But I do think I want to make this 2 on the back, since we're going to be having so many coming for this one. So let me do that. All right, you can see 2 lines there, 2 stations at each of those. This one has nothing waiting. Its production's gone down while I was doing that, but I've deleted a couple of trains to make it worthwhile. Here you can see some competitors over there. Man, that's a huge track. He went really far. How many are they producing? Only 150, so he's not worth going to. I want to go another one. I want to go to another one. I think we need to bring in yet another one, especially since that one I was going to do double stations at has production down. So 210 is pretty good. Let's go from there. And we will just go up to this 3rd side here. Now this one does have a little bit more of an up and down, which I don't like. You can see like the hills are going down significantly, but it's way flatter over here. We'll start with our station over at this guy. Loop him here. Gonna immediately need to go up, so we'll adjust some land. Thank you again. Twice to start. And now, like I said, this one's actually pretty flat, so we can go almost a flat straight line all the way over there. Where are we at? There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Just straight. And we're gonna have to go up one here. Flat again. It's a huge difference whenever you have to build a bridge. It's kind of crazy. So that's why I try to avoid them. We'll go up two. This oil well is pretty low compared to where our other ones are, but what we can do is instead of, I think these are what, 80 feet? Instead of having it at 80 feet, we could do it a little higher. Because here I'm gonna, even if I put one here, we'd have to like turn and immediately start going up, and I don't like doing that out of stations. So let's start at this height over here, which is fine because if we make it a roll on roll off, we'll need this over here too. So we look really high above the ground there, but we're actually, what if we'll go back and do one more and just go out there. And see, now we're right there. Okay, I went ahead and put that in. You didn't need to watch me build yet another track. We're literally doing the exact same thing over and over again. But here you can see we've got a lot of trains, a few of them waiting back there. This guy, nothing. So we'll get rid of a couple more. Gotta wait till they stop. But there's no reason to keep them running, backing up the system, just sitting there. Because the longer they sit, the longer it costs me. But, ooh, 46%. Let me go through here. We'll delete a couple and update for reliability. All right. We're reliable. You can see 76% is most of them. We've added 3 off of here, and what we're happening now is because we have an extra station on the one, I need to put in 2 stations. I need 2 for each of them. So we'll put in our 4th station on this line, the second one for the far oil wells. Put in the lights. The lights first, and then we put in our actual station. There we go. And I know that this guy came from the right direction. What happened after I deleted them? Oil production went up. So we're gonna go ahead and put in another train. Copy and paste our... Wow, I think that train is actually the one that just stopped. That's funny. Copy and paste our route, and you can see they're coming in and immediately going. So I deleted them because oil production went down and I had too many waiting. I went and updated all of our trains for reliability, and then oil production went up, and now I can't keep up. So we're gonna put in a couple more. Money is doing awesome. You can see that I very rarely need to like wait a whole lot. I'm only speeding this one up to see when the next train I can put down. Waiting for a gap. I really want to put it in when there's a gap. I don't know why they're all going to that one instead of this one too. Okay, put that guy in. And now what we're gonna do is put in, I think, let's check here. We got plenty going here. Again, these are 296. That's quite a bit. Doing well. I think we need to have a couple more trains. So we'll wait for him to leave. Put another one down. Flip him around. Copy the route. Send them off. Speed it up. He's out. Down train. Flip him around. Copy the route. Express. Send him off. Speed it up. He's out. Buy a train. Put him down. Oh, it looks like now we have another train coming back. Let's see if we can squeeze him in. Nope. How about this time? There we go. Oh, but we have one right here. Oh well. He needed it. Put him in. So that, I think, puts like 4 trains on this line. Oil wells 1. Production up. Awesome. Good to see. I don't really think I can fit many more trains on that line, though. And now they're coming back and have to wait just a little bit. I don't quite like that. We might need to make this a roll-on. And that's the one that I just told you production had went up once after I deleted them. And 153. So we're doing pretty good there. What I think we need to do now, though, is since production went up, like I said, I cannot fit more on this inside line, even though it just said production went up. Saw that here on top performing company. 27%. We're almost to 30. I don't remember what it is after engineer. Traffic manager, I think. Maybe. Plate layer to engineer. Yeah, engineer to traffic manager. But so we just saw that production's up. So time to put in our second station to this one. We're not necessarily wanting to increase production again. We just want to maximize the amount of oil we are able to haul out. 1937, so we have about, well, it's November 1937, so we have about a year left total. And we're pretty close. We're pretty close. I've checked it a couple times. I guess I've never shown you guys, but we're doing pretty well. I think last I checked we were at like 80% with 2 years left, so that's right where we need to be. I'll go ahead and put in a line here. I'm not even entirely sure that this one is needed, but better safe than sorry. Put him over here. Bring him in. That color light's in the way, so we'll move the light back 1. And, oh, still in the way. Okay, so we'll move him back 2. 1 more. Get rid of that one. Now we'll tie it in. And we need to connect it. We'll go ahead and put a light just so I don't forget. And now we need to connect it in this way. Again, color lights in the way. We'll move this one up and put one behind. We really want them in between. That way we have them waiting whether they need to go left or right. And then if, let's say, the one behind him wants to go the other direction, as soon as he makes it past the second light, he can go. Put those in, and now the station ready to go, honestly. We just need, let's put down a train. I got 142, like I said, and this, I haven't really been speeding it up. Like, we're just having that much resources in and out, in and out. It's great to have no worries about budget. Don't need chemicals. We're able to just put down as many trains as we want right now. As many as will fit, but we'll start him. Now I thought about we're using these specials. I've thought about upgrading to the other ones, the Pacific or the Baldwin. But seriously, because most of my track is flat and they're hauling 5, this one's 45 miles an hour. You can see that right here. The Baldwin, the other one is only 40 miles an hour. So it's slower, but it can haul more weight. But I'm keeping them at 5. I'm not adding more to each train. I like the length of a train is when it's 5. I think it goes up and down really well on hills that way. And the Pacific, like I mentioned earlier, its reliability is still super low, even though it's been a couple years. When you buy one, it's still at 60% reliability. Every 3 out of 5 trips, it'll be fine, but 2 of those it's going to break down on. And I just don't like that. So we're having some waiting here. I'm not surprised because I connected it in right at the junction from the last one. So we'll put in a second station here. That way, when our trains come back, they're not waiting out here on the main bus line. They're waiting in the station. And look at that. We just got production up again. So that's awesome. This one's only going to be 6, but that should be fine. 5 cars and the train shouldn't be longer than the station. But what I think we'll do now, I can't really fit any more. Let's see if we can get this guy a little further out of the way. I don't know why he was waiting either, because He should have went right up to the next one. I don't know what happened there. But what we're going to do now, I think we probably have enough to win this game. Ooh, 3 of them lined up there. I can't. I'm not going to make major changes at this point. 177,000 is our loan. We have almost that already. I'll pay back some of it so we're not paying out loan interest because I don't have anything better to do. I don't think we need to build another line. I think we are probably pretty close to being able to win with what we have. So let's look. We're the top performing company, delivered nearly 40,000 tons, and we have basically 2 years left. So I'm just going to speed it up, and I'll catch you guys once we win. Hey, there we go. 9 years, 3 months, so not beating our last one, but hope you guys enjoyed. If you're enjoying these videos, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.